Sunlight. Oh, the joy of seeing the sun pierce through the clouds after a rainy day. Seeing a rainbow illuminate the sky after a real good downpour. There's much to be said about the sun. I absolutely love the sun. It gives me the warm fuzzies. I always deem springtime as my favorite season of the year. After some months of rainpour, overcast, and cloudy days, seeing the sun brings that spark that seemed to be lacking during the winter. Watching things come to life around and about me, lush green foliage covering the grounds, and a myriad of colors bursting forth from flowers blooming to make their presence known. Everything's surely designed to bring me nothing but pleasure. Birds cheering and the warmth that the sun brings have always made me enjoy the spring. The sun has everything to do with why creation comes alive during springtime, all year long as a matter of fact. So let's talk a bit about sunlight and how it can affect our health and beauty from the inside out, and why I believe it to be the fifth most important need. When we regard the sun, we most oftentimes think of how the sun affects our body, mainly our skin. Yet, the sun affects far more than just our skin. Remember, beauty is only skin deep, and the sun is great proof of that. Sunlight provides our body with vitamin D. A vitamin helped produced by sun exposure offers powerful protection for good health. Vitamin D is produced into a hormone in our bodies and regulates hundreds of processes. It is an important role to our overall health. There is even evidence that due to the regulation of so many hormonal processes in our bodies that can be affected by vitamin D, producing enough vitamin D in your body can even help with fat loss, muscle building, blood sugar control, and hundreds of other factors. It might be said that it is hard to obtain enough vitamin D from dietary sources alone like egg yolks, organ meats, and fatty fish. The best vitamin D is produced when we couple the two. We're now in an era where you hear that the sun is dangerous for you. It's not uncommon to see parents slathering coats of sunscreen on their children when spending time at the beach or pool. Now, there are truths that the sun can cause damage to the skin and even some skin cancers. Yet most of us have not taken the time to really think about the cause and effects of the sun, nor the cause and effects of sunscreen. Here are just a few things that I've considered when it comes to sunlight and the importance and the risk of being exposed to it. The sun has been around since the beginning of time. Since the beginning, most people lived in an outdoor environment, out of doors if you will. They too either were hunters or gatherers of sorts, and this caused them to be exposed to long periods of time in the sun. We know that all living creatures thrive because of the sun, and I would go as far as to say even us women. I always feel better when I've spent time in the sun, and studies show that time spent in the sun reduces chances of depression. Wow, a bit of sun to boost your emotions? I'll take it. Now remember, there is a balance to everything. I would not recommend tilting the scale too far in either direction. I believe strongly that completely avoiding the sun brings about ill health, just as I believe that too much sun can do the same. Avoiding the sun leaves out the need for vitamin D that the sun richly provides, just as being irresponsible to sun exposure can bring the possibility of premature aging and skin cancers. Yet, when we look at cancers, the American Cancer Society projects in the area of an annual of 9,000 deaths related to skin cancer versus 49,000 by colon rectal cancer and an astronomical 50,000 deaths due to breast cancer. Cancer in any form is something that no one wants to deal with. Yet I would hate to have to avoid the sun from the fear instilled in us through the media at the risk of getting such a disease. For a moment, think about where we're getting most of our information about the risk of skin cancer. What did you guess? Advertisers of sunscreen, yes. Sunscreen advertisers talk about the risk of cancers because they want you to buy their products, labeled and marketed as the tonic to help reduce your chances of skin cancer. So let's go ahead and examine sunscreen. What is sunscreen and what does it do? Can it harm us? Sunscreen is a lotion, a spray, or gel, or other topical product that absorbs or reflects some of the sun's ultraviolet or UV rays on the skin, and exposed to sunlight, it will thus help to protect us against sunburn. Some of the active ingredients in these sunscreens too contain cancer-causing carcinogens, as well as blocking vitamin D. We just need to take a balanced approach to the sun, how long we are in it, and what we are placing on our bodies to protect it. Go back to our health principle, the simple equation that you will use to move forward towards total health. Nutrients minus toxins equals health. The nutrient is the sun. Make sure that you be careful as to not place toxins on your body to equal health. Drinking carrot juice is also a way that you can provide yourself with natural sunblock. Let's not fear the sun, let's respect it and use it for what it was created for, us women. Now let me share with you the 7 how-tos of sunlight. Number 1, when the sun is shining, preferably in the early morning hours, expose your body to about 10 to 15 minutes of direct sunlight. Expose as much of your skin as possible, as this will allow your body to naturally produce more vitamin D. Number 2, avoid overextended periods of time in the sun, especially on larger portions of your body. If you know that you will be in the sun for longer periods of time, prepare clothing to stay covered. Number 3, avoid direct sunlight between the hours of 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. until you have a tan, which is part of nature's sunscreen. The sun's rays are the strongest between these hours. Exposure for short periods of time are okay, but not for overextended periods without protection. Number 4, avoid getting a sunburn. This does more than just age the skin. Number 5, avoid chemical-based sunscreen. Remember, many of these chemicals are considered toxins and not a part of our healthy equation. Number 6, drink fresh carrot juice, coupled with sunlight to aid the body in producing healthy vitamin D. And number 7, use sun sense. If you feel you've had too much sun, you probably have. Drink lots of water when in the sun and stay hydrated. Remember, the second most important need of the body, water.